Parramatta side coming onto the field right now. This is it. Steve McKenzie, Jeff Green, Michael Cronin, Steve Ella, Eric Groth, Brett Kenny, Peter Sterling, Ray Price, John Muggleton, Steve Sharp, Ron Hilditch, Stephen Edge, Captain Bob O'Reilly, coach, of course, Jack Gibson. On come the Bulldogs, led by Dr. George, and this is the full side. Greg Brentnell, Chris Anderson, Chris Mortimer, Peter Mortimer, Steve Gearin, Gary Hughes, Steve Mortimer, Stephen Folkes, Peter Casillas, Dennis Donoghue, John Coveney, George Paponis, Jeff Robinson, and coach a Leach hanging on to Cronin. Price swung to the ground. Casillas, the tackler. There's a penalty against Casillas for the action on Price. See it again. And away we go with a scrum win to George Paponis. The ball's been scooped up and thrown out to Ola. And it's a try out of the blue to Parramatta. Loose passing at the Canterbury three-quarter line. And they paid the penalty. See it again from the side. Let's see what they'll do. Paponis switches it to the blind. Robinson hit hard. Loses the ball. First tackle, bad football. Lovely half volley by Kenny. Out to Cronin. Cronin gets them moving forward. Now out to Groth. Groth goes round his man with greatest of ease, but there's cover. And good cover. I think Stephen Folkes the man. Blind, but Ella was watching for that. Steve Mortimer. Casillas. Ray Price very involved in the defence, as you'd expect. Brentnell. Lovely run for Mortimer. Back inside to Steve Mortimer on the fly. He's got support, but he couldn't. I think Anderson overran him slightly. He looked to him, but didn't unload the pass, and that's the 6. Jeff Green defence there, fine. Around. Folks standing out. Price seemed to have an arm poised there, ready to crash into Folkes, but thought better of it. Robinson finds a hole to run. It unloads beautifully to Gary Hughes, 5'8". Steve Mortimer's a dummy half. Look for him to have a sprint. There he goes. Back inside to Gary Hughes. And again inside to Paponis. Out there to Folkes. Brentnell, a long pass there outside to Mortimer. And Canterbury setting up a bit of razzle-dazzle here. Folkes again. Paponis, Steve Mortimer, Gary Hughes, the run around. Coveney tries to hurdle the defence. Steve Mortimer has the ball stolen from him, picks it up, 6 to go, play on. Referee waving, Gary Hughes turns it back inside to Anderson. Anderson's going to lob a pass over. It's taken by Peter Mortimer, and he's in for a try next to the posts. And the Parramatta defence stood right up there, not aware that referee Gosher, I think, was going to award 6 to go. Paper tackle of the week, and it's become one of our very popular awards. And the scrum win, scrum situation at the moment favours Parramatta. No, it doesn't. They're level at 6-all after that last scrum. The penalties favour Canterbury 3 to 2. Ray Price, Bob O'Reilly, and he's through right into the gap with Stephen Sharp. He's going to score. That's a try. Sharp showed surprising pace, and it must be said the Canterbury defence very lax there. See it again. Parramatta's in. Steve Mortimer. Madsen. Through. Now quick play the ball, and Parramatta are in trouble. He's done it quickly. Steve Mortimer. Gary Hughes. Peter Mortimer. Back inside to Gearin. Folkes. Gary Hughes. Robinson standing wide. And that renowned Parramatta defence equal to the task. Gary Hughes. Little dummy. Nicely back on the inside to Anderson. Then to Madsen again. Madsen away to Mortimer. Mortimer's in. Top bit of football. Madsen's delighted. A top bit of football. The change of direction by Gary Hughes out on the right was the instigator of it. See it again. We'll prove the referee correct. We did that. Now that's 3 scrums in a row the Parramatta side have won. Price. A pivot. McKenzie, Sterling, O'Reilly, Cronin, beautifully back on the inside the edge. That's a top try. A top bit of football beside the posts. You don't get them any better than that. See it again. Canterbury just starting to run out of time. Need a try and a goal to get back on level terms. Coveney. Opponents, Robinson still charging ahead, giving 100%. We're just watching Gearan sprint into midfield at the moment. He's come in from out on the wing. Steve Mortimer, Gary Hughes, Brendel. Oh, Brendel's in! It's a try beside the post of a Gary Hughes pass, and what a great try. Came from nothing, really. The defence looked set. See it again. New amendment states that if a player is illegally interfered with in the attempt of a field goal, a penalty can ensue. So whether it goes over or not, they can still get a penalty. Gary Hughes. Oh, I thought he had the opportunity to unload back on the inside there. Now Steve Mortimer back to Gary Hughes. And that player who normally is unable to get the ball away from anywhere has twice gone to ground with it. Coveney. Bit surprised with Gary Hughes on those two occasions. Steve Mortimer. Brendel on the surge and still going. Madsen. Now Canterbury really coming back with a big burst. Chris Mortimer. Ran into trouble with Coburn there. Here's the field goal attempt. It's successful. So Canterbury have hit the front by 1 point. Up they go, 16-15. And Steve Mortimer. The players only have to retire to the line in this situation. Now here's a crisscross move, or one of a number of variations on it. Oh, heavens above, he was almost through. Only a despairing tackle there, I think, from Casillas. That's a through the legs one. Sharp, belted down hard. Coveney coming into his own in the last 10 minutes with some strong defence. Price. Crowd setting up a roar here at Belmore as they look at this point situation. Canterbury 16, Parramatta 15. Parramatta standing far too shallow at the moment. They're getting chopped off. Easy to criticise, but this heat, the hard game they've had. Last tackle again. Great defence from Folks. Sterling. Up goes a bomb. Not a great one. Who's got it? Casillas for Canterbury. Now they'll play it cool for a few if they've got any brains. That was kicked through. Should be 6 to go. Oh no, referee. That ball was struck for illegally, I thought. There's Ted Glossop, who's trying to appear calm, but I suggest his tummy would be very turbulent at the moment. He's giving the scorers in the game. Parramatta's tries have come from Ella, Sharp and Edge. There's the hoot in the background. Michael Carter's kicked 3 goals from 3 attempts. That's the end of the ball game. The referee says that's enough. The tries for Canterbury have come from Greg Brendel, Peter Mortimer, Steve Mortimer. 3 goals to Steve Gearan and that critical field goal to Steve Mortimer. Not an easy game to give an award winner because a lot of players played in fits and starts because of the heat, and it was horrendous out there. I've spoken to several of them and they tell me it was gasping. But we went for Steve Mortimer, the little Canterbury halfback, for some very fine work, particularly in defence early, and then a try, and then, of course, that critical field goal. So Steve Mortimer, our first award winner of the year. Now, results of other games played today, and on your screen you can see that the Parramatta-Canterbury game we televised finished 16-15 to Canterbury. Cronulla-Sutherland have had a resounding 22-8 victory over Balmain at the Endeavour Field. Western Suburbs have gone down at Lidcombe Oval massively, 33 Manly, Western Suburbs 12, and progress at the moment in the game between Penrith and Illawarra. That was a late start. As we tape this, Penrith were leading at half-time by 14 points to 0. This is Rex Mossop from Belmore.